Hey, how's it going? Today's Labor Day, and I'm going to check my blood sugar with my Libre, Freestyle Libre 14 day. Let's see, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sensor was not found. Trying to show you the sensor at the same time, but it's in there. Maybe this shirt's too thick. Check glucose. Okay. 190 and going down. See that arrow? Now I figured that out. Down. If it goes point straight, it means it's staying even. If it goes up, means it's going up. I took 5 units of the quick acting earlier. So we'll just leave it at that till I eat something. Anyway, I was thinking about the NBA and affirmative action. See, my grandpa retired from the Border Patrol in San Diego, and I remember seeing pictures of him with the Good Old Boys Network. Oh, a bunch of old white guys, you know, that had to be something like in the 50s or something. And anyway, I'm retired postmaster from the post office, and they have affirmative action. And for 9 years I worked hard, almost got a postal service management degree in postal service management. And when I got to needing the last 2 classes, they canceled those 2 classes, so I had to turn it into something. So I got a supervision certificate. Had to take 5 more classes to get that. So I got something, and then kept doing everything I was supposed to do to get a postmaster job. I was a letter carrier in Kansas City at the time, and then part-time supervisor, you know, push-up supervisor. So then I was a trader to my fellow carriers because I went management, and then management took advantage of me because they knew I was trying to become a small town postmaster. Then eventually came the time, said, you're overqualified for small town postmaster, you have to be a city supervisor. And then I got pissed and then filed a Equal Employment Opportunity Commission complaint. What was it? White male under 40. And when I did that, they said, you can't do that. And I said, yes I can, because I studied the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission's guidelines, went to the library, and the preamble said the commission was created to prevent discrimination from what was it? Prevent discrimination of minorities and non-minorities. So there's no such thing as a protected group. Pretty much, and it had guidelines on how the workplaces were supposed to look. They're supposed to mirror the communities that you know, your post office was in, or, and I imagine it's other government agencies too. So after seeing all these NBA guys kneeling and locking, kind of reminded me of my grandpa's picture. This time it was just about a bunch of tall black guys. So I think the NBA needs to have affirmative action too, because they need to have, you know, in LA there's a lot of Mexicans and whites and this and that, so the Lakers need to have some short Mexicans and a couple Asians, maybe some Filipinos on the teams, you know, to make them reflect their neighborhood, you know, their city. Maybe a couple homeless people, you know, that when I was there was, yeah, tent cities, bunch of homeless people. So probably should be some homeless people on the Lakers, maybe the Clippers too. So you know, fair is fair. But anyway, when I filed that Equal Employment Opportunity Commission complaint, I lost, and pretty much the letter said, well, you did it to us. And I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? But anyway, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. After 23 interviews, I finally got a postmaster job, but it up to the point of me filing that complaint, I had done 21 interviews. And I mean, I wasn't picky about where I applied for the jobs at. I just wanted to raise my kids in the country. I didn't want to raise them in the city, and that small town postmaster job was a good job. Finally got it, and then first one I got when I left there, it was a level 11, but I transferred to another post office for reasons I won't go into. But that office that I left, its level went up because revenue went up, and then the offices I went to, it actually, for the size, I turned it into #1 in the district, which was half of the western half of Kansas, or the eastern half of Kansas and the western half of Missouri. And then I was second in the state of Missouri in revenue. Taught people how to use eBay, and then I was using eBay myself and mailed all my everything out of my office, so that helped. So let's see, I was gonna kind of make this humorous, but anyway, that's kind of a fact. Affirmative action in the NBA. Let's do that. See how everybody reacts. Since, you know, you got to be at least 6'5", 7 foot or something to be able to play in the NBA. And what else? Oh yeah, I was thinking about Henry Kissinger. When I was a kid, I was, what the heck's he doing there? And he was Secretary of State. Then you study Netanyahu. Well, he's pretty much raised in the States. That's why he sounds American. I always wondered about that. How come he doesn't have a an accent like Henry Kissinger. A lot of things to think about. But anyway, okay, we're supposed to... Told you I was going to mix things up to be political. So we need to have a... See if this reads this to this. Okay, 185 and going down. And it read it through the shirt. This one's a little thicker shirt, see. But, so this is my daily Freestyle Libre 14-day review. Just regular life, you know, and go around thinking about stuff. You know, being locked in, we're kind of just thinking, why are we giving up our First Amendment rights? And do your research and find out, But anyway, I need to move back to Missouri, and I got to figure out how to raise money to do that. Maybe you guys have, because kind of got ran out of Missouri, raised my daughter, doing traveling softball and things, and then up into her upper teenage years, which was no picnic, that's for sure. But they kept extending the child custody modification for, oh, how many was that, 4 or 5 years. Anyway, they made the decision after she graduated from high school, and a few things happened, but it was never about child custody modification. And I figured out that they committed fraud upon the court, used false information to skirt Missouri state law, which now they'll find out later. But I need to get there because I don't need an attorney now. I need to vacate a void judgment for no subject matter jurisdiction. And there's a lot of people that have been messed over by the family court system. And my ex's attorney stole her money, and they can take me to court for libel or whatever they want to. I hope they do, because they're going to find out what I know now. Took me a while to figure it out. Anyway, I got it figured out. And I want to get back to Missouri and be with my kids. They're grown, sons and daughter, and then all 5 of my grandkids. But I had to figure this all out before I went back. I have a total of 5 attorneys, and I really didn't have the money to get the best one, so they pretty much got ran over by the local attorney and judge that happened to go to high school together, which I didn't know at the time. I know now. I know that it was a small town too, in Caldwell County, Missouri, Hamilton. A lot of things there. We'll talk about that. So let's see some troll comments. I don't have to be troll comments, just give me some comments. We'll keep up the Libre freestyle thing. Some days are better than others. with this diabetes and kidney failure thing. So I want to get back there and back to Missouri. I think my granddaughters are getting ready to start their fall season, and I think they're still 9 and under, but they're or 10 and under, and they're 9. I don't know, I'm out of the picture, but they're a couple softball monsters. So I'd like to see that and watch them. Guess they have programs on there where they're getting special training and things like that. Take videos of that and all kinds of instruction for softball players, and let girls and parents know how they can find a traveling softball team that they can be on. You don't have to be on the super duper great player softball teams. There's softball teams with just average players. You gotta want to play and want to try to get better, but you don't have to be a superstar to play in traveling softball. You just have to enjoy it and have parents that are willing to sacrifice the time and money to let you do what you enjoy, and whether it be traveling softball, playing the violin, being the best at tiddlywinks, whatever it might be, being an actress or a dancer or whatever. So anyway, you all have a beautiful Labor Day, and I'll catch you on the flip side if I can